I'm going to make a phone call. We spoke to him before he went on retreat last week, and now hopefully we're going to speak to him when he gets back. This is Rufus.
Hello.
Rufus.
Hello, Rufus.
Hello, Rufus.
Are you live on the air? Live on the air. Be careful what you say, or don't. Or don't, really. You don't have to get permission for whoever pays the bills to make the call, because I've just called you. So we spoke to you last week about going to retreat. You hadn't been before, and you were really looking forward to it. Do you want to just talk us through your experience from, like, you almost literally? We've just spoken to Laura, who is also. Do you remember Laura? I mean, I've never met her, obviously. Laura.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, well, we've just spoken to her, and her life seems to have been flipped upside down in the most positive way, and she's dealing with, she's getting her and her family ready for holiday as we speak. She's just, everything seems to be joyous for her. So just talk us through your experience from your journey there to the retreat and to now.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time, first off. But yeah, I mean, the journey was great. It's in a great spot. Really packed days, met some great people, nice food. But I think really the whole thing was, good spread of activities from, walks to Qigong and meditation and all kinds of stuff. But I think the peak of it was probably the last thing that we did, which was the emotional cleansing, which was pretty bizarre, to say the least.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
People sort of laughing, crying, wailing. It was a bit like a group exorcism or something like that.
I've described it as exactly the same as that. Yeah,
it was fantastic experience, really. I mean, for me, it was probably about, I might be wrong, but give or take, probably about 20% tears, 80% laughter. I felt like I'd done about 50 sit-ups by the time I come out. Laughing. But, everybody was a little bit different, and it was a group, just a crazy, crazy collective group experience. And, it was an amazing weekend. And I think for me, really, it was the staff there that you can't really call them staff, because it's kind of, you never get the impression for a minute that they're there for any other reason than they just want to be there with everybody else. That's the awful thing about that. Apart from the orange T-shirts that they wear, there's really sort of no degree of separation from all the other people that were there. So I loved that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I don't know.
How has it affected? How has it affected? How has it affected your? I mean, just putting you back one sec to the emotional cleansing, because again, obviously, when at my retreat, Adrian starts off by saying, at that point, he says, "Look, we're going to do this meditation now that's can be quite scary and heavy." And you're thinking, "Hang on, mate." In your head, I'm thinking, "Look, I'm really bang into this and everything, but listen, we're just meditating, obviously." so what do you mean? If it gets a bit much for you, go out. And I'm thinking, you're having a laugh, but as you quite rightly say, it's a really mad thing that happens. I think it's a mate of Jason's who comes on cleansing in London on Thursdays, who the crying and laughing, he termed the phrase crafting, because that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're right, I've never the thought about having done 50 sit-ups, because your stomach hurts, your head hurts. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's really, really weird. It's difficult to kind of, unless you've done it, I know it's a bit corny to say that, but it's difficult to kind of put it into words, because the moment that you start crying, you realise how hilarious that is, and it tips on its head in an instant. But everybody was different, and I think everybody took something different degrees from it. I mean, I'm totally into the whole thing, really. I mean, I just think it's something I'm going to explore an awful lot more. I thought the Qigong thing was really interesting, really, all of it, but I consider myself to kind of be just setting out on a bit of a journey, really, and I think it's going to be really interesting.
What What's the residual? What's been, so you come home? How did you feel on the way home? And what's happened this week?
Well, I was thinking about moving before I went, and it was really on my mind about what to do. And I thought, what better way to kind of spend a weekend? The old saying, "Oh, I'll meditate on it." So I thought, well, I've got this meditation weekend coming up.
Perfect.
What better opportunity to do that? So anyway, so it was a no-brainer. By the time I came back home, I was on Rightmove, and then on Monday, I gave this stage ring because I actually had someone saying, "Oh, quite like to buy a house." So hopefully that's what they're doing. I've accepted. I'm actually going to sort of possibly be even heading up in that direction. Where
We're going to be neighbours.
Listen, you could officially be the first Now Project stalker. Although I think I might fall into that bracket as well.
Be the first.
I wanted countryside, and it's an amazing spot, and what better place to live.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, I mean, look, for people that are listening in now, and the numbers are growing, that are considering going on retreat or one of the courses, what would your advice be?
Go.
Another tagline. Just go. Think about it.
I mean, really.
Now,
really,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, now.
What can I say? Just go. We'll find out.
Look, listen, I'll tell you what, I just, only because, you and I know each other quite a long time, so this is quite an interesting thing, because we're a pair of old muckers, and we've been through various different parts of life together, relatively hedonistic in our early meets, and then both of us got relatively addicted to what we all term as fear porn. A lot of looking into the darker side of what's going on in the greater conspiracy. And now, ironically, we're both meditating and thinking about vibration and frequency. I mean,
I really think it's the way to go. I mean, really, it is. Could be start of a whole new thing. I mean, I really hope that it is.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that I've seen it for myself, and people, the benefits that clearly people are getting from this. So
yeah.
We don't need permission to make the world a better place, do we?
No.
We just do it.
Because they won't give you that.
No.
We need to do it.
You don't need permission.
No. You do need a certificate, though, mate. Yeah. What you need. In fact, I might. In fact, if there's anybody listening right now, let's set a little competition to the listener, right? If you're listening right now and you've got a computer, it's odds on you have, because otherwise you ain't listening. If you fancy, we would love there to be an official certificate for the Now Project, stating that it has no certification.
No qualification.
No affiliation with anyone.
No qualification whatsoever. Right, Rue, listen, thanks so much thanks so much for taking the time to well, you didn't call in, we called you. But hang on, you got to do before you go, mate. Because we've had Laura's life turned upside down. You've sold your house. I'm just hoping whoever's on next.